Let me ask. I'll have Corey look. Eli, can you see if we're live?
Can you send out the link?
Yeah, we're on.
Can you send out the link?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm having...
Well, you and Eli.
Okay.
So you need to pan the camera down.
All right, folks, welcome to Laurel, Maryland for Game 3 of the Southeast District's 18U play. Your starters for the Washington Little Caps, who are wearing white tonight: Ancelotti, Nichols, and Roteman, Annexted and Corey on defense, and Tyler Rounds is in the goal. Maryland wins the face-off. We got a battle now at center ice here. Here we go, and the Caps dump it in deep. Ancelotti wins that puck on the wall. He sends it back to Corey. Corey now trying to keep it in. We got to stop here. I'm not sure why. Well, it looks like they whistled Ancelotti for a penalty here with 19:39 to go in the first period. The Caps are going to go on the penalty kill. Let's hope that this theme doesn't continue again today for the Washington Little Caps, where we constantly have to play shorthanded. So Onabudo, Robinson, Cracky, and Monroe are out for the Caps. Again, the penalty comes at 19:39 of the first period. Caps win the face-off. Robinson comes away with it. He slips it back for Monroe. Monroe's now got it in front of his own net. He makes a nice move to the side and is able to play off the wall and out of the zone. So good work so far here in the first 20 seconds of the Team Maryland power play. They haven't had the possession of the puck yet. So Robinson putting good pressure on down low. Team Maryland will regroup behind their own net. And Team Maryland whistled for offside. So again, the Caps yesterday and the Caps all weekend have been doing a really good job of putting pressure with their forwards on the penalty kills, which has really made it difficult for teams to gain the zone that easily, and also making sure that we get bodies in front of the goalie, make it hard for them to shoot through. So Bravery not. Costelli and Mazza are now out. So it looks like just rolling the deep pairs right now is what's happened. And we'll get the forward lines back together here after we get the power play or penalty kill unit off the ice. So 1:06 left in the penalty, 18:43 left in the first period. Costelli just dumped a Maryland player in front of the goal. So a lot of physical. Maryland shot saved by Rounds. Mazza gets a stick down and is able to block an attempt from O'Connor from Maryland. Another shot saved by Rounds. So good effort again. Not a lot of great angles to shoot through right now. Caps have a lot of bodies on the puck. Maryland with possession, working around the perimeter. And Maryland goal scored by number 15, Noah Lawson, on the power play with a wraparound. So Rounds made the first save on one side of the goal, and unfortunately had to push pretty hard to get over to that side, and puck went right to the Maryland player, who's already at full speed coming around the back of the net and is able to swing around the net there and tuck it in. So at 17:56, the Caps go down 1-0. Klotz, Kiemelainen, and Bravery are your forwards. Annexted and Corey are the defensive pairing right now. Face-off won by Team Maryland. Team Maryland bringing it through the neutral zone. They're going to chip it in. That puck's going to come back to Annexted. He's able to poke it away from the first forward. Centering attempt there gets blocked by multiple Caps, and the Caps come away with it. So Bravery to Corey, and their Caps are going to have to circle back here. Annexted does a good job there of taking the pass away and letting Rounds play the shot. Shot goes up high and over the net anyway, but a little short. Team Maryland with most of the possession here so far, so the Caps haven't been able to get it again. Looks like this game is going to be officiated rather tightly, so it doesn't get out of control. Again, Team Maryland comes into the game with 2 wins and no losses, so they will advance to the championship game tomorrow with a chance to go to nationals. And the Washington Little Caps come in 0-2, and my guess is they don't want this to get out of hand. So both teams whistled for coincidental minors here at 17:03 left in the first period. So we're less than 3 minutes in, and the Caps have 2 penalties already. This one won't hurt them like the last one because Team Maryland took one as well, but not a lot of contact. I didn't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Onabudo sends it up the wall. Team Maryland gathers control of that, and they're going to try to work it back through the neutral zone. As they swing through, they're able to lay it off. That pass is picked off by Nurse, Martin, Taylor on the ice. Centering pass to Martin. He just off the end of his stick. He tried to center it back too and just missed Nurse, but great forecheck by Nurse there. And the Caps are able to spring that free. So puck goes back to Monroe. Nurse leaves it on the wall, unfortunately, to Team Maryland. So Monroe's going to have to field this behind the Caps net. Taylor's also back there giving him help. Big hit by Monroe behind the net there. Another big hit by Monroe. Taylor comes away with it on the wall. He's getting hacked and kicked. There's just a lot of stick fighting right now. Puck comes all the way around to Onabudo, who plays it out to center. He tried to hit Ancelotti on the wing. Team Maryland plays that back in the zone for an offside. So at 15:38 left in the first period, Team Maryland again took the early lead on an early power play, and they lead 1-0. If we can get a shot of the scoreboard there, you'll see that they have, although the players went in at the same time, there are a different time left on their penalties, which I'm sure is an error, but Mazza, Pastelli at defense, Nichols, Roteman, and Angelotti out at forward. Puck gets played back into the Caps end. Pastelli's able to pick that up behind the net. He plays it for Mazza. Mazza looking for try to hit Angelotti on the wing. Team Maryland did a good job of pinning him there. Nichols, Mazza, and Angelotti all in that air. Mazza's able to swing it off the back wall to Pastelli. Pastelli now returns it to Mazza. Mazza sends it up the wing to Nichols. We have a Caps player down. We're going to have a stoppage here on the ice. A lot of pushing and shoving. A lot of fighting. Mazza was the Caps player who was down. I didn't get a chance to see what happened to him. He's making his way to the bench. I don't know if it's a leg issue or what. So as you can see, we tried to get the camera here swung around. We've got a long meeting here at center ice. Right now, the Caps have 3 players in the box, Nichols, Pastelli, and Klotz, after the skirmish around the wall, which was a result of a Caps defenseman, Nick Mazza, going down in the Caps end. So I don't know how this is going to work out this way, but it looks like Team Maryland's going to come away with this with a 5-on-3. The refs are over there explaining it to Coach Joachim right now about what happened. So all right, so it looks like we got a whistle, and the situation that I explained before looks like it's going to be what ends up happening out of all of this. So Robinson, Annexted, and Corey are going to be the 3 for the Washington Little Caps out on the ice, and Team Maryland is going to come away with a 2-minute 5-on-3 power play as a result of penalties to Nicholson, Klotz, or Nicholson, Pastelli, which were for them buffing 2 Team Maryland players after Mazza went down. So puck won by Team Maryland. Annexted pins Castelli on the wall. Annexted's walking with him, pins the puck again. "14 seconds into the first penalty, Team Maryland scores to make it 2-0. Team Maryland wins the face-off as we get started here. 14:44 left in. Caps still on the penalty kill. This time it's a 5-on-4. Monroe and Onabudo at defense, Knott and Kumalainen at forward. Caps again being very physical on the walls, giving extra shots. They just need to be able to stay in position. Caps able to force Maryland out of the zone. That puck comes to Onabudo, who plays it back out to center. Kumalainen giving chase there. Monroe also forces him back into the end. Corey comes out on the ice for Monroe. So Kumalainen, Knott, Corey, and Onabudo still on the ice. 55 seconds left in the Team Maryland power play. Backdoor look there from Boltner for Team Maryland, trying to find Keen Lincoln on the back pipe. Goes off Keen's stick and into the netting above. So we have a stoppage of play here with 50 seconds left in the third TM power play of the game, and we're only at 13:53 in the first period. Annexted, Cracky. Cracky just broke his stick on the face-off, so it's Annexted, Cracky, Bravery, and Corey on the ice right now for the Caps. 38 seconds left in the power play. Team Maryland tried to hit a centering pass there that came all the way out of the zone, so Caps are going to be able to get Cracky a stick. Corey now has the puck. He's going to lay it back to Annexted. Annexted sends it down the ice softly. That's going to go through players and all the way on net. 19 seconds left in the Team Maryland power play. Lawson has it in his own end. He's going to play it back to another Team Maryland. Big hit by Martin there on the wall. So Martin and Taylor out at forward. Onabudo and Monroe back on D for the Caps. Team Maryland plays it out to center. The penalty has expired, so Postelli is out of the box and headed to the Caps bench. And coming off the bench right now is Jalen Nurse. Team Maryland shot goes up off a broken stick and into the netting. We'll take a break with 12:56 left in the first period. Caps down 2-0. Face-off goes to the wall. It's being battled on by both teams here. Multiple players from both teams. Shot from Del Rio comes in on rounds, able to easily save that right into the body and into the glove. So we'll get another face-off here with 12:46 left. Nichols, Rotman, and Ancelotti coming on the ice for the Caps. Another face-off won by the Caps. Monroe's able to gather that and play it up high and off the glass and all the way down. That's going to be an icing. So we'll come all the way back down to where we were and we'll do it again. Nichols wins the face-off. Monroe's able to scoop that up, take it behind his net. He takes a hit behind the net. Team Maryland now coming away with it. Puck goes out to Onabudo. Onabudo now bringing it with speed through center. He's got Ancelotti and Rotman with him. Onabudo dumps it in deep. Team Maryland gets to it first. They're going to try to swing it around. Ancelotti is able to stop that on the wall. It comes out to Rotman, who sends it back to Nichols. Nichols lays it back onto the ice. We got a Team Maryland penalty coming here to number 6, their defenseman, who just threw Ancelotti to the ice. So we'll get our first Washington Little Caps power play today. Comes at 12:09 of the first period. Great opportunity for the Caps to get back in the game here. So let's see. I'll get your power play unit coming out here in a second. It looks like to start on the power play, Onabudo, Martin, Ancelotti, Cracky, and Robinson. Robinson takes the face-off in the Team Maryland end. That puck is still laying on the dot. Cracky comes away with it. He's working his way into the goal there. Can't get a shot off. Kind of harassed by 3 Team Maryland players, but still has possession of it on the wall. Team Maryland able to poke it out. Back to Cracky on the wall. He tries to gain the zone, but tries to come right through the middle of all 4 of the Team Maryland players on the ice. Team Maryland played that off the wall and down, so we got an icing and a face-off coming in the Caps offensive zone.
If you want to, whatever you just tell me what you want me to talk about. I will take it, whatever you want.
For all 14 of you watching at home, we got Mo on the camera right now, so excellent camera work. Again, another face-off coming down where we started the power play. Cracky, Robinson, and Martin on the ice, and Bravery and Onabudo on the ice. That puck comes around the boards and hits a player on the Team Maryland bench, so we'll get another face-off down low. Some new players trickling off the bench now for the Caps. Let's see, Ropeman, Klotz, and Nichols are coming out with Onabudo and Bravery. Face-off ends into the wall. Caps battling for it there. That's Nichols and Klotz working the wall. Another big hit by Team Maryland on Nichols on the wall there. Team Maryland is able to spring this out. Shot by Lawson goes off the pad and right to Klotz. So Klotz now sends it around to Bravery. He's going to swing around his own net and head on up the ice here. So Bravery cruising through center. He's able to dump it in on net. Team Maryland's goaltender goes ahead and covers that dump in attempt. So Annexstad and Corey out at defense with Bravery, Nichols, and Klotz at forward. Nichols takes the face off with 1 minute left in the power play. Again, Caps battling. It comes out to Corey. Corey's shot goes high and up off the gas. Klotz able to get to it. He swings it back to Annexstad. Annexstad now circles in. Back to Klotz. Back to Annexstad. He goes down, but is back up. Now Annexstad's going to send it in deep. Corey now takes this into center. Both Annexstad. This puck's going to swing all the way around to Nichols. Power play looking a little disjointed right now, but again, we've got all kinds of new bodies out here on the Caps power play at this point. Corey swings this around. His puck gets blocked down. He still regains possession. Now chips it off to Knott. Knott's going to carry it in the zone. He's got Kumalainen and Robinson with him. That puck comes out of the zone to Onabudo. Onabudo tries to play a pass that gets deflected by a Team Maryland player at center ice. Kumalainen now fighting. That puck dribbles into the Caps net. Now we got more pushing and shoving behind the net with Monroe, but no penalties coming out of it. Caps bench all yelling at number 71 for Team Maryland right now, who is the one involved in the fracas behind the Caps net there, though. So at 9:55, we got a face-off coming in the Caps end. Taylor wins that face-off back to Monroe. Monroe again plays it high up off the glass, but it goes up the glass and into the net. So we'll do it again from the same spot. Caps again win the face-off. Monroe plays that high up with a backhand through center ice. Caps putting a lot of pressure here in the neutral zone. Team Maryland is able to grab the line. Onabudo puts a hit in on the player there. Comes away to Taylor. Taylor tries to hit Martin on a stretch pass. Close enough that they're going to wave off icing on that play. Martin puts a lot of pressure on right away. Team Maryland's going to play this all the way out, and it's going to be hard enough for an icing call, so the Caps are going to get a face-off coming in the Team Maryland end here with 9:18 left in the first period. Costelli and Corey coming out of defense for the Caps. Ancelotti, Ropeman, and Nichols out at forward. Puck comes out of the Cap zone. Costelli tries to play it back in. Corey now giving pressure on the Team Maryland forward. Corey puts a big hit on him. We got another Caps penalty coming up now on a hit that Annexted, Onabudo are coming out. Looks like they'll be the D pair. Thomas Corey headed to the box for. Now the fans are starting to yell at each other. So this is this game may spiral out of control quickly. Nichols, Ancelotti, Annexted, and Onabudo on the ice. So be your penalty kill unit. Penalty comes at 8:54 left in the first period. 2 minutes for roughing to Corey. That's Cap's fourth penalty here in the first period. Looks like we switched out a few players. It's going to be Cracky and Robinson out, and Onabudo and Annexted, and Rounds is still a net. So Cats want any chance of staying in this game, they've got to be able to kill this penalty off. So it's going to be 5-on-4 here for Team Maryland.
There is a intermission. It's going to read a letter,
Team Maryland working the puck in. They try to find a player cutting through the middle there off the end of his stick. Onabudo giving a good chase there. Lawson's now got it up top for Team Maryland. Boltner sends a shot in high. That hits Annexted on the front, able to knock that down. Never got to the net. Caps weren't able to get it out of the zone. This is going to go behind the goal. Annexted sends that up to Robinson. Robinson's now one-on-one in there. Shot saved by the Team Maryland goaltender. Team Maryland now, Caps do bring Monroe out, so Monroe comes into the game for Annexted. He's able to get off as the Caps were able to get that out. 1:14 left in the Team Maryland power play. Robinson picks up a loose puck and sends it out to center. Onabudo makes sure that it makes it all the way down past the red line there. So again, Team Maryland quickly joins or gains the line there. Another kick saved by Rounds, and the Caps are able to clear it out of the zone, and Team Maryland will try to regroup here in the neutral zone. Costelli and Monroe now at defense. Knott and Klotz are out at forward. Another Team Maryland player just gets taken off his feet by Monroe. Big clean hit. So player was going in trying to do a toe drag there and get a shot off, and Monroe just took it straight to his back. No penalty. 35 seconds left in the power play for Team Maryland. 7:28 left in the first period. Caps down 2-0. Klotz, Kumalainen, Costelli, and Monroe still on the ice for the Caps. Caps win that face-off back. Monroe back there giving chase behind his own net. Puck comes back out to Corsi for Team Maryland, who gets a shot. Another save by Rounds, and now the puck makes its way to the wall. 4 Team Maryland and two Washington Little Caps there battling tough on the wall. That puck's going to keep moving out of the zone. It goes back in behind the Cap zone. 12 seconds left in the Team Maryland power play. Monroe gives chase to this over the wall. Monroe misses on a big hit there, but about lays the boards into the stands. Again, another centering attempt. So the Caps are back to even strength here. Caps just get whistled as their player comes out of the box for too many men. So the 5th penalty of the first period for the Washington Little Caps.
yeah, that should have been fine. He didn't touch the puck. That was one going off.
Annexted, Onabudo, Ancelotti, and Nichols are out to kill this penalty. Pastelli is the one that's going to serve the too many men penalty for the Washington Little Caps. So we just killed off the last penalty, and at 6:47 we start a fresh 2 minutes here for Team Maryland, who are getting plenty of work with their power play in the first period. Long slap shot from Team Maryland, easy save by Rounds. Caps were able to send that out of the zone and down, but that's going to be an icing. "12 seconds ticked off the ice there with the shot and the icing. Team Maryland works this down low behind the net. Onabudo is able to pin him there. Annexted now battling with Onabudo on the wall. We need to keep somebody in the center there. Puck comes back. Team Maryland finally able to swing it out. They swing it back down low. They try to hit a centering pass. Annexsted's able to get a stick left there on the Team Maryland player in front of the net, and it goes through the crease into the wall. So back out to center. Another hit by Nichols there on the wall. Puck comes low. They try a centering attempt there that's easily picked off by Ancelotti. He's going to swing it around the boards, but not out of the zone. So Caps are still in the thing. Long shot by Team Maryland there. Kicked to the wall by Rounds. 1 minute left in the Team Maryland power play here. Their fifth of the first period. Annexstad takes that in, but he's not able to get a shot off. It ended up being a 2-on-1. 22 seconds left in the Team Maryland power play here. Team Maryland still working to try to get it out of the zone. They're going to play it up to number 71, Cabot's here, who looks like he's about 6'6". So he's got a good 2 feet. Team Maryland skates around, player looking for a wraparound, but good defense there by Thomas Corey, able to force him all the way out to the blue line. So another cross-ice pass there and a shot attempt that went wide of the net. Team Maryland's got it. And now the Caps send it all the way down for icing. So with 4:32 left in the first period, Caps able to kill off the last two penalties. Team Maryland complaining about not getting another penalty call right now. Bravery, Onabudo, Pastelli, Humalainen, and Klotz are out on the ice for the Caps. So again, Team Maryland's got possession back in the Cap zone. Pastelli now battling for it on the wall. That's going to come through the middle and to Humalainen. Humalainen able to poke it past the Team Maryland defender, who able to get a stick on it and send it back. Onabudo sends it back to Pastelli. Pastelli swings it up the ring, not able to connect with Bravery on the wall. So we're at center ice here. Bravery finally able to spin all the way around, but we're going to have a Caps player whistled for offsides. Annexstad Monroe coming out of defense for the Caps. Martin, Taylor, and Nurse coming out at forward. Taylor wins this face-off back to Nurse. Nurse is able to dump it in. Martin is giving chase there. A lot of pressure. Big hit on the Team Maryland player behind the net. That's going to swing around to the wall where Mason pinches down and tries to keep it there. He's going to send it back to Martin. Martin skates in. His shot's blocked. Nurse is on that. He sends it behind the net to Martin. Martin now working with it behind the net. He's being held by two Team Maryland players. We got another penalty coming here on Team Maryland. So we'll get our second Caps power play of the day, coming at 3:35 left in the first period. Nichols, Roteman, and Bravery Onabudo. Long shot by Bravery there, gets blocked down. Team Maryland plays that puck out. Nichols wins the race to it. He gets it back to Klotz. Klotz trying to get it back in the zone. Now what's the whistle? Looks like we got the Caps being whistled for offsides there. I'm not sure if it was by a toe, since the puck was right there on the blue line. Nichols takes the face-off with Klotz to his right, Roteman to his left. Onabudo and Bravery are your power play blue line. So 1:44 left in the Caps power play. Onabudo plays it to Bravery. Now it's back to Onabudo. Onabudo up the wing. Klotz gets a touch on it deep into the Team Maryland zone. That's going to be sent around the boards. Onabudo able to keep it in the zone there. Now he's doing battle on the wall there. That puck's going to come down low to Klotz, who has two Team Maryland players on it. Puck comes away from the wall. Bravery able to stop it. Comes out of the Cap zone. And Onabudo and Bravery giving chase to it there. So Roteman to Nichols. Back to Roteman. Roteman attempt to get it deep. Goes all the way in. Corey now on the ice for the Caps, along with Martin. That shot comes in, Rounds saves it with a glove and quickly plays it out. Cracky able to kick that puck to Bravery at full speed. Bravery comes in, tries a toe drag, and can't get it. Ancelotti now makes his way onto the ice. 41 seconds left in the Capitals power play here. That pass comes into Corey, who's able to send it into the zone. Again, Team Maryland is just being able to get sticks on this, so we're not able to get the puck to the Washington Little Caps player. That's going to come all the way around the zone and all the way out. Puck's currently on its end there as Robinson picks it up and comes through center ice with speed. Robinson makes a cut. He goes right through two players. Oh, and then off the pipe. Great opportunity. Ancelotti's attempt on the rebound keeps the puck there back behind the Team Maryland goal. Looks like we got another penalty coming here. It's going to be against Team Maryland as the Caps still have possession. So just as the other penalty expires, Team Maryland's going to stay shorthanded. McVade for Team Maryland is going to go to the box for cross-checking with 1:31 left in the first period. Bravery, Onabudo, Humalainen, Klotz, and Nichols on the ice for the Caps. So the 2-minute penalty to Team Maryland comes with 1:31 left in the first period. Caps trailing 2-0. Caps able to win that face-off, play the puck in deep. Humalainen now has it on the wall. Caps are able to play that out to Onabudo. Bouncing puck, he's not able to keep in, but he spins it around and hands it off to Klotz. Klotz to Onabudo, back to Nichols, and now Nichols is going to send it all the way around. He's got Bravery and Klotz on that wall. They're able to keep Team Maryland from getting it out momentarily, and then Team Maryland gets a hold of it and lifts it softly through center ice and back behind the Caps net. Here is where Onabudo will start this breakoff. So Bravery picks this up behind his own net, lays it back with a nice backhand to Onabudo. Onabudo plays it through center, no touch on that, so we'll get an icing on the Caps. Annexted, Knott, Cracky, Corey, and Robinson are on the ice now for the Caps. 1:15 left in this power play, 46.9 seconds left in the period. Robinson takes the face-off deep in his own end. Annexted picks that up. He's going to head behind the net. He hands it off to Robinson. Robinson brings it up. He's going to circle around, lay it off to Annexted. Annexted's going to play it back. Annexted plays a long pass up the ice that doesn't get touched by two players, and we're going to have another icing. A couple of new players coming on the ice here. Nichols, Roteman, and Ancelotti. Roman wins the faceoff back to Corey. Corey picks it up behind his own net. Now he's going to skate it out. He's moving. He sends a cross ice pass to Nichols that ends up in the Team Maryland at center ice. Team Maryland plays this back in. Annexted picks it up. Annexted plays it up off the wall to Ancelotti. Ancelotti's got it. He tries to find Roteman. Annexted stops the Team Maryland attempt for a 1-on-0 there as the first period comes to an end. So with 29 seconds left on the Caps power play, when we resume action here with the second period, Team Maryland still leading 2-0. All right, well, both teams are making their way back onto the ice as we get started. Get ready here, I guess, to start the second period. We've had a nice break. Hopefully some of the emotion that started this game off with a bunch of power plays for TM have left the building, and we'll get back to just playing hockey here. It's a lot of skill on both teams that should be showcased as opposed to showcasing hitting after the whistle.
Okay. All right.
So Pistner in net for Team Maryland. He's in his crease and ready to go. Rounds making his way into his net as the teams exchange sides here. This will be the period of a long change for both teams. Caps will be moving right to left on your screen. This period, again, to kind of recap where we're at, Team Maryland leads the game 2-0 at the end of one. Caps are going to begin this period on the power play. 29 seconds remain on the penalty to Team Maryland's McBade, which came at about 18:30 gone in the second period. So your starting five on the ice right now are Mazza, Nichols, and it's good to see Mazza back. Rothman, Klotz, and Ancelotti. Both teams ready to go. Faceoff comes all the way behind the Caps net. Rounds is able to touch that and slow it down. Ice still pretty wet right now. Nichols brings it through center. He's able to get through center, and he's going to play it in hard behind the net. Team Maryland goaltender poked that around to Mazza. Mazza sends it back down the wall. And Team Maryland's now going to try the other side. Klotz gives chase over there. Him and Rothman have the puck pinned up there against the wall with two Team Maryland players. Klotz trying to dig that puck out. We got Klotz has still got that there. So the penalty has expired, and we're back to 5 aside. Annexed and Corey at defense now, with Klotz, Nichols, and Rothman. So that was a good 30 seconds we played with the puck on the wall. We're going to get a new forward line here as we're going to get a face-off down in the Team Maryland zone. Cracky, Robinson, and Knott are at forward. Corey and Annexted again on defense as we get set to take this face-off. 19:13 left in the second period. Robinson tries to win that face-off. Annexted's able to keep that in. He's going to drive it behind the goal. He's getting, he's able to play it to Knott. Knott centering pass to Cracky, comes all the way out to center ice. Robinson plays that back to Corey. Corey has it now. He's going to play it all the way down to Cracky. Cracky gets a tip on it into the Team Maryland zone. Team Maryland able to walk away from that. And Annexted forces an offside there at the blue line by adding some pressure in. So we're going to face off outside the cap zone with 18:46 left in the second period. I will say that we're in much better digs today. I'm in a sweatshirt. It's very temperate climate here in the main rink at Laurel Ice Gardens. And there's actually an outstanding crowd. So the bleachers are, 3/4 full all the way down the ice. So a lot of people out here watching this game. And again, hopefully we can showcase some really good hockey for them. Team Maryland picks that up. Nice move there. Shot saved by Rounds. Robinson picks that up. He's moving up ice with Cracky and Knott, Onabudo and Monroe at defense. Another turnover and a big hit by Mason's able to keep that puck in the Team Maryland end there. Team Maryland now working with it behind their own net. Caps changing out the forward line. So we've still got Onabudo and Monroe at defense. Robinson, Kumalainen, and Bravery are there. Team Maryland shot attempt from out on the boards goes right to Rounds. He's able to glove save, and we get a stoppage of play. So All new bodies, it looks like, or at least the majority of new bodies coming on. Humalainen, Bravery, Mazza, Pastelli, and Klotz on the ice for the Caps now. Team Maryland wins that face-off. They try to poke it back to their defenseman who pokes it out of their zone. Team Maryland's going to have to regroup. They're able to quickly reset and get a touch and get it back into the Caps' end. Pastelli's on the puck there. That puck comes back out, centering attempt, hits the side of the goal, but Team Maryland back on it. Another stick battle there. Good help by Bravery on defense. Come back and make sure that Team Maryland couldn't get a shot off. Puck comes behind the Caps goal to Klotz. Klotz is going to lay that up the wing to Humalainen, but they can't get the puck out. Long shot glove by Rounds, and we'll get another face-off deep in the Caps end. Corey Annexted, Nurse, Taylor, and Martin on the ice. Taylor set to take the face off deep in the Caps end. Taylor wins that face-off back to Corey. Corey's going to carry it behind his own net. He comes out with speed, makes a move past the Team Maryland forward, tries to carry it down the wing. He's able to keep carrying it through. Team Maryland picks it off here. Center ice, they play it back to the defense. They're going to try to work the other side. Annexted puts pressure in there, but Team Maryland able to get a touch and get the icing waved off. Number of Caps down there. They're going to try to lay this out for Annexted. They can't get it all the way out. That puck's going to come all the way back up in the air into Corey down low to Taylor. That puck's still loose in front of the Caps net. No shot attempt there as they were able to get enough sticks on it. Caps just able to clear it out of the zone right now. So like to see some more controlled breakouts here for the Washington Little Caps and a little bit more possession going through the neutral zone. But like most of the games have been this weekend, there's been tough battles all over the ice. So there's not a lot of open ice to skate through that's not going to be contested by both teams. So we get fresh five out there for the Caps. Nichols, Ancelotti, and Roteman, Olabudo, and Monroe at defense. 16:43 left in the second period with the Caps down 2-0. Nichols wins that face-off back to Olabudo. Olabudo sends it to Monroe. Monroe sends a pass up the ice to Ancelotti. Nichols able to poke that in the zone. Now there's a battle right at the blue line here with a number of players from both teams. So Team Maryland trying to get it out of the zone. Team Maryland is able to play it out to one of their forwards. Monroe's back. Long shot comes off the leg pad and over to the wall. So another easy save by Rounds there and another big hit by Roteman right on the bench. So we've got some whistles, which I think is for an offside. And we're going to come out and get a face-off here at center ice. Both teams, again, using this opportunity to change the players on the ice. Pastelli and Mazza at defense. Robinson, Cracky, and Knott out at forward. 16:12 left in the second period. TM wins that face-off. They're working it with their defenseman there. They send it up ice and off a tip that was just trying to get it into the zone that takes two bounces and ends up in Rounds' glove. So glove save means that we're going to get a face-off down in the Caps end. Robinson takes his face-off for the Caps down on the Caps end. Long shot by TM defenseman gets finds Cracky's leg. He's still shaking that off. Again, Caps seem to be playing all defense. Mazza doing battle out in front of the net right now. Another long shot, saved, kicked to the wall by Rounds. Pastelli sends that around the other side. Mazza's going to pick this up and bring it out of the thing. He plays it up to not trying to hit Cracky with a centering pass. Can't find him. That puck's going to come out and end up rolling all the way down into the Cap zone. Pastelli stops there. He's going to do a turn. Pastelli and Mazza are able to break it free to Knott. Knott comes away with it. He's immediately hit by a TM player who loses a stick in the effort of getting the puck off of not stick. So again, Team Maryland sends it in deep. Pastelli's got it now, working behind his own net. He sends a sauce backhand pass out of the zone. Team Maryland able to touch up and bring it back in the zone. We're going to get a tripping call here on Mazza, who was diving to try to catch up with the Team Maryland forward who had a little bit of speed. So the Caps are going to go on the penalty kill here with 14:57 left in the second period, trailing 2-0. Annexted, Klotz, Corey, and Bravery are out on the ice for the Washington Little Caps as Team Maryland brings out their power play unit. Long shot kicked out by Rounds. Great effort by Bravery there, diving on his stomach, swinging his stick, able to get the last touch on that and get it out of the zone. Team Maryland trying to set up in their own end. They're going to pick it up and carry it with speed through center. He's going to carry it all the way down low. Now he turns back out, and he's going to go cross ice with a D-to-D pass. Open Team Maryland right in front of the net. And Owen Roberts is able to tuck that in off the leg pad there. Team Maryland takes the 3-0 lead. So, story's been all year. You take a bunch of penalties, and unfortunately, you're going to pay for them the majority of the time. So, 14:32 left in the second period. Team Maryland now up 3-0. Taylor, Martin, and Nurse on the ice at forward for the Little Caps. Onabudo and Monroe at defense. Mason, Monroe to Onabudo, back to Monroe, up the ice to Taylor. Taylor touches it in. Caps giving chase, but not able to keep it in the zone. Castiglia for Team Maryland brings it in. He's going to shoot right into Round's stomach. No rebound. Face-off coming deep in the Cap zone. Nichols, Roteman, and Angelotti on the ice for the Caps. Monroe and Onabudo on defense. We got another hit here by Roteman and a penalty coming against the Washington Little Caps. So at 13:56 left in the second period, Caps already down 3-0. A roughing penalty to Roteman at again 13:56 left here in the second period. So. Nichols, Angelotti, Monroe, and Onabudo out to start this penalty kill for the Caps. Caps able to win that face-off. Angelotti plays it off the glass and all the way down. That's going to be an icing. And we'll do it again. So only 7 ticks off the clock there on that last play. Nichols set to take the face off. He wins it back to Onabudo. Onabudo now swings back behind his own net. He's going to bring it out. Monroe able to take that out of the zone. Team Maryland's going to have to pull this back and reset here at the center of the ice. Again, Team Maryland player makes his way past Angelotti and takes it in the zone. He's going to leave it for another Team Maryland. Again, wide open Team Maryland right in front of the net. Shot is saved by Rounds again. Monroe's able to 13:17 left in the second period. 1:21 left on the penalty kill. Here, Mazza and Pastelli out at defense. Robinson and Knott at forward. Face-off coming at center ice. Caps win that face-off. Back to Mazza. Mazza's now got it, buying some time. He softly sends it up to Robinson. who puts it on the wall to Knott. Knott's going to try to center it, but the puck ends up finding Pastelli after missing a whole bunch of other sticks. Pastelli puts it off the glass into Robinson. Robinson's going to play it off the side to Mazza. Mazza's going to bring that in to the Team Maryland. He tries to weave his way through a couple players and now gets it down and pinned up against the wall. So great effort there. Robinson and Pastelli are the lone two back as two Team Maryland bring it into the zone. Team Maryland now leaves it for Boltner. Boltner tries to chip it up the wall. Robinson able to get on that. Robinson coming up with speed. He's got Mazza in the middle, toe dragged by, and we're going to get a Team Maryland penalty here. So again, if you go on the attack there like the Caps were on that, and just get back to playing hockey, we will be able to draw some more penalty calls, because that was just a 2-on-2 coming down the ice there that forced the penalty. So 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 34 seconds. Cracky and Bravery on Abudo and Annexted out. Bravery is set to take this face off. He's got Annexted behind him. He's able to win it to the side, but right to Team Maryland. So again, this isn't a power play for either team at this point. We're just playing 4-on-4 hockey. Team Maryland sends us all the way down, and we'll get an icing and do it again down to the Team Maryland end with 24 seconds left in the Team Maryland penalty, or in the Caps penalty. And then the Caps should have roughly a minute and a half of power play here at the end of this. So Bravery takes the face-off. He's got Annexted behind him. Team Maryland wins that face-off. They come off the glass and out of the zone. Annexted's able to keep that in the zone momentarily. He keeps it in the zone again to Bravery. Bravery is literally being held by everybody with no call. That puck's going to come out of the zone to Corey. Corey's going to bring it up. He hands it off to Cracky. Cracky now turns and heads up ice. Cracky plays it over to Bravery. Bravery springs it to Corey. Corey is going to bring it back. He's going to turn to the outside here and try to bring it through center ice, and ends up throwing it right to Team Maryland. Cracky's able to get it. So the Caps on the power play now with 1:12 left. Onabudo, Corey, Klotz, and it looks like we're getting a couple new bodies. Kumalainen and Taylor coming out. That puck goes through and for an icing. We'll reset your 5 here. Mazza, Rotman, Nichols, Anzalotti, and Klotz are out there. That puck is won by the Caps. Team Maryland tried to get a shot there, but it was blocked out in front by Nichols. Klotz sent that deep. Rotman's going to win that puck. He's working behind the Team Maryland bench. He leaves it back for Klotz. Klotz and Rotman now battling on the wall with two Team Maryland players. Puck gets poked out to Mazza at the blue line. Mazza sends a long shot in, tipped up over the net by Klotz and into the netting. Nichols, Rotman, Klotz, Mazza, and Anzalotti on the ice. Puck comes back to Anzalotti. Anzalotti leaves it for Nichols. Nichols to Anzalotti. Caps again have it in front. Multiple attempts there with saves by Fisker for Team Maryland. Caps still working. There were at least 3 saves there and 3 shots from point blank. Team Maryland's goalie was basically laying down blocking shots at that point. So Cap's still trying to rework possession here. Mazza working with it on the wall. He gets it taken off of his stick. And Team Maryland skates through center ice and sends it all down for an icing. Monroe, Onabudo, Nurse, Taylor, and Martin make their way on the ice. The power play for the Caps is over. We have 10:25 left on the clock here in the second period, and the Caps still trail 3-0. Puck makes its way through center with Team Maryland in control. Great back check by Nurse there to take away the backdoor pass, which Team Maryland was looking for. Team Maryland swings that back. They're able to hold it on the blue line. Puck swings below the end there. The Team Maryland shot goes into the side of the net. Another shot attempt is kicked to the wall by Rounds. Team Maryland with possession now, just working it to open players where they find them. Centering attempt there is blocked down in front by Onobuto. Onobuto tries to send it out, hits Nurse in the back of the leg and back into the zone. So Cap's not able to clear the zone. Monroe sends a puck out that is caught and dropped outside the zone by Team Maryland and knocked in for an offside. So we'll get a fresh 5 on the ice here for the Caps. It'll be Not Cracky and Robinson out at forward, Annexted and Corey at defense. Face-off is going to come outside the zone for the Washington, or for the outside the Washington net zone. So puck is dropped and stayed where it was dropped for a while as both teams wrestled for it. Team Maryland grabs it and plays it in. No icing on that. That's going to roll to Corey. Corey tries to make a move, has it taken off of his stick on the wall. Nice defense there by Robinson, who's able to skate in and take away the shot attempt. Robinson's now going to skate with it through the middle. Another shot attempt by the Caps goes wide. Team Maryland trying to clear the zone. They are able to get it out of zone, but right to Corey. Corey now works with it in his own zone, tries to send a laser pass over to Knott. He's not able to control it. Team Maryland able to get a stick on it and get it back in the Cap zone. Puck comes to Annexted, who sends it up the wall and out of the zone to Cracky. Cracky now makes a move down the wall, and he's going to lay it in behind. Caps going for a change. Pastelli and Mazza out on the defensive pair on this period of the long change for the Caps. Same forward crew that was out there before, although it looks like we're getting some changes now. Kumalainen on with... we'll get your full set here now that we have a stop in the play. Pastelli and Mazza at defense, Bravery, Klotz, and Kumalainen out at your forward line for the Washington Little Caps. 8:16 left in the second period. Caps trail 3-0. They always say the 3-goal lead is the worst lead, or the worst lead in hockey. Caps have a chance here. Centering pass by Kumalainen gets picked off. Team Maryland comes away quickly with speed, and they are offside. Klotz, Kumalainen, and Bravery still at forward. Pastelli and Mazza on your D pair right now. Team Maryland wins another faceoff. That puck comes back to Pastelli, who leaves it to Kumalainen. Kumalainen backhands it up the wall for Klotz. Pastelli with a big hit there takes out the Team Maryland player. No call on that. Clean hit. Again, there's a boarding on Team Maryland. So we got whistles and more pushing and shoving on the wall, but Team Maryland's going to come away with this one with at least a 2-minute, and it could be a 2 and 10 here on number 73. Who's a former Caps player. So we had to go on mute there for a second as we figured out what was going on. Team Maryland is hit with a 2 and 10 there. 7:39 left in the second period. Caps trailed 3-0. Penalty comes with 7:39 left again in the second period. So Caps go on another power play here. Ancelotti to Mazza. Mazza back to Ancelotti. Ancelotti tries to thread it to Nichols. Nichols one touches to Mazza. Long shot by Mazza right into the goalie, right into the stomach of the goalie. Caps had two bodies out in front. Klotz and Roteman down there trying to do their best to shield the goalie. Nichols set to take the face off. Klotz, Caps win the face off, but Team Maryland able to come up with that loose puck as Klotz couldn't get a handle on it. It was spinning coming out of the face off. Caps gain the zone. Mazza tries to send a centering pass. That's picked off. Team Maryland now taking it into the Caps end. Ancelotti is able to break that away. We got another penalty coming here to Team Maryland. Head contact is what we're going to hope for. Ancelotti getting a couple words in. So the Caps are going to be on a 5-on-3 here for 1:22. 7 minutes left in the second period, so plenty of time if the Caps can bang in one or two here as we get to this. It looks like it's going to be Nichols, Mazza, Roteman. Well, hang on. We got way too many people on the ice right now, so we'll figure this out. All right. It looks like it's going to be Nichols, Bravery, Roteman, Robinson, and Mazza. Ancelotti came off the ice. It looks like his shoulder is, he's been nursing a shoulder injury for a while, and it looks like he's having his shoulder looked at right now. So with 7 minutes left in the second period, Caps on a 5-on-3 here as Team Maryland has the penalty box full right now. Caps win that face-off. Roteman working with the puck behind his own net. He leaves it for Nichols. Nichols tries to thread it cross ice to Robinson. That hits a skate and is going to bounce all the way out of the zone, so the Caps are going to reset. Mazza with the puck now. He's going to carry it in. He's going to work it down low, leave it back for Robinson. Robinson coming in, tries to thread a pass to Bravery. Finally makes its way to Bravery off the skate of a Team Maryland player. Team Maryland plays it into Nichols. Nichols back to Bravery, and that puck bounces over his stick and out of the zone, so the Caps are going to have to reset. Robinson now working with it. He swings it over to Roteman. Roteman hands it off to Mazza. Mazza sends one in off of Roteman's skate towards the goal. Team Maryland now trying to work it around the other side of the ice, comes right to Mazza. Mazza now works it to the other side of the ice. He plays it back to Nichols. Long shot there, blocked out in front by Mazza. Team Maryland able to get to it first and poke that out to the thing, poke that out to center ice here. Nichols tries to turn and send it back in the zone. Team Maryland gets to that, so we've had a couple new players come on the ice here for the Caps as Team Maryland ices that puck all the way down. 8 seconds remain on the first penalty, 46 seconds left on the second penalty. So about 10 ticks here, the clock left with the 5-on-3 for the Caps. Not Onabudo, Kumalainen, Cracky, and Martin on the ice for Caps. Kumalainen takes that face off. Team Maryland gets to it on the wall and swings it all the way down. The referees wave off icing, so it's 5-on-4 here as we have the Caps bring it up here, not trying to come up the wall with speed. He has it poked off of his stick. Team Maryland comes away with it. Backhand shot attempt is saved, and Team Maryland scores on the rebound to take a 4-0 lead. 23 seconds left on the Caps power play. The Caps bring out Nurse, Martin, and Taylor at forward, and Annexted and Corey at defense. Team Maryland wins the face-off. They send it in deep. No icing on that play. That's going to come all the way around to Castiglia on the wall. Annexted's able to do battle with him, swing it back to Corey. Corey's going to bring this puck out. He's going to skate it and makes a long pass that's going to go through everybody and all the way down to the end of the ice. We'll get a face-off coming deep in the Caps zone. So 2 seconds left on the Caps power play. Taylor set to take this face-off for the Caps down low. Taylor wins it out. Klotz now has it. Corey's going to roll up. Klotz is working behind. He hands it back to Corey. Corey skates through center ice again with speed. He's going to go in, and the Caps are going to get whistled for an offside. And we're going to get a fresh 5 on the ice. Mazza and Pastelli back at defense. Ropeman, Nichols, and Bravery at forward. Pastelli gets the puck there, sends it in to the deep into the Team Maryland zone. Mazza's got it there. He's going to send it back in behind the Team Maryland net. Puck swings around, try to get it out of the zone. Mazza's able to reach up and glove that one down. His shot gets blocked out in front, and Team Maryland comes the other way. So Nichols and Ropeman, so we had a good back check effort there from all of the Caps players. Team Maryland sends that in for an ice with 4:14 left in the second period. Owen. Yeah, it looks like Ancelotti hasn't come back into the game. He's still, at least from what we can see, sitting with some ice on his shoulder to the right side of the Caps bench. So Robinson, Cracky not on the ice now with Monroe and Matt Onobudo at defense. Face-off coming deep in the Team Maryland end. That puck comes back to Monroe, who sends a slap shot wide of the net. That's going to end up on the wall. Another big hit by Monroe there on the wall. That puck comes through center ice. Cracky able to poke check that puck off of the Team Maryland stick, but it goes right back to TM. And now a long shot that Rounds is able to get a leg save on. Big hit, 2 big hits by Monroe there as he's getting his money's worth this afternoon. That puck's coming through center ice there. With 3:39 left here, we get another whistle and a stoppage for an offside on Team Maryland. Kimalainen takes that face off. He's got Nurse and Martin with him. That puck's going to come up to Nurse. Nurse is going to touch that in to the defensive zone there. Kimalainen gives chase. It comes up the wall to Monroe. Monroe able to win that puck on the wall momentarily. Team Maryland is able to clear it out of the zone. Onobudo steps up now and tries to play it off. Team Maryland able to poke that, but Kimalainen takes it off of his stick and plays it to Monroe. So Monroe skating through center here. He's going to put it on net, which is carried away to the side there. Annexted and Corey out at your defensive pair right now. Nurse gets to that puck on the wall. Nurse, Martin, and Kimalainen are your forwards. Team Maryland has the puck. They're going to play it up the wall through center. Long shot is glove saved by Rounds. Bravery, Taylor, and Klotz coming out now at forward. Annexted and Corey going to stay at defense. 2:51 left in the second period. Caps trail 4-0. That puck comes through center to Taylor. Taylor's able to poke that down into the Team Maryland end. Team Maryland tries to get it out. Long shot by Corey is blocked out in front. Team Maryland tries to pay a long pass to breaking forward, who is covered by Annixted, and that goes all the way down for an icing. So we'll get fresh 5 out there for the Caps with a face-off coming in the TM end with 2:18 left in the second period. Costelli and Mazza on defense with Rotman, Robinson, and Nichols. We're getting a whistle with about anything where there are multiple bodies on the boards right now to kind of keep this game in check. So I'm not quite sure what the whistle is, but we're going to get a face-off down in the Caps end. Nichols set to take the face-off for the Caps. He's able to win that puck back to Costelli. Costelli swings it up along the wall to Nichols. Nichols now has it. He's going to send it high and up off the glass. That thing floats to the red line where Robinson's able to get it and poke it back into the Team Maryland end. Robinson now chasing the Team Maryland player there. Nichols coming in with a hard forecheck. He's able to get a stick on it, but Caps needed one more player. Nice play by Rotman there. Keeps the Mazza able to pick that off. Caps players make the line. Mazza takes that in. He's 1-on-5 right now as the Caps go for a line change. Team Maryland skates quickly back through ice to hit the red line and dump it in deep behind the Caps zone. Nick down there doing battle behind the goal. Team Maryland runs into their own player. A lot of bodies down around the wall. That finally gets poked out to Robinson, who's able to slip it down the wall and out of the zone. And Team Maryland plays it back in for another offside. So with 1:09 left in the second period, Caps trailing 4-0. We're going to have a face-off here just outside the Caps zone. Onabudo and Monroe come out at defense. Humalainen, Cracky, and Knott are your forwards. Puck comes in there, finally gets swiped away. I don't think it was a shot, but the big Team Maryland player that's about 6'6" is able to keep his long stick out there and get that kind of directed on there. He maneuvers his way through. There was a shot there and a save by Rounds. Team Maryland working with it behind the Cap zone. Monroe tries to get to it. He takes off a big hit there. Puck comes back out of the middle and to the blue line and finally bounces outside the blue line. That puck's pinned there on the wall. It gets poked out by the Caps here to Cracky. Cracky is skating it in the zone. He's got Knott, just gets a stick on it and tries to leave it in the backside of the goal there, but it just dribbles by the outside post. 7 seconds left here in the second period as the Caps play it back into the zone and change lines. 3, 2, 1, and we have a horn in the end of the second period with the Caps trailing 4-0.
All right, so we thought we would take this opportunity during in between the second and the third period to present and give you a perspective from a mom's perspective all about hockey. And so what I have is Miss Roatman with us today, and she's going to give us her perspective of her hockey journey. Over to you.
Thanks, Dorinda. I'd like to say that this is actually a parent's perspective, especially for those of us that have been parenting hockey players for several years. So I wrote something for the players, the Washington Little Caps, and it's for the love of hockey. When our friends and family have asked, why do we do this and what is it for? I have given that question a great deal of consideration for the last several weeks, and if I'm being completely honest, the last several months. Especially as this winds down 15 years of youth travel hockey for our family. I think I can speak for most of us when I say hockey has taken up just a little bit of our time and played just a small role in our lives over the last several years. It probably all began innocently enough, as great beginnings usually do. A skating lesson to see how you would like it, a couple of trips to the open ice at Kettler, or in our case, a trip to a frozen pond, which is a rarity in Northern Virginia. Or it began with roller hockey, and then you learned about the ice that was opening up in Haymarket, Virginia. Or maybe, perhaps, it found you. After you went to a local rink, watched your first hockey game, you watched Miracle for about 120 times, or you went to see the Capitals, the Washington Capitals, play for the very first time, or you watched a practice of the Washington Capitals at Kettler Ice Arena. Somehow, you touched the ice for the first time, and no matter how you came to find this sport, it grabbed you at that exact moment, and it never let go. And we nervously said yes. We put your gear on, we tied your skates for the very first time, we taped your stick, we sent you off with the skating instructor, the coach, we stood nervously by, hoping you wouldn't fall, or we held your small little hand, ourselves, for that first loop around the rink. And we knew this was where you belonged. Then came the sign-ups for Learn to Play, House, making your first travel team, the crazy early morning games, the mad dash to get you to practice, your first game, the first tournament, that first showcase, the sticks, the lessons, the pads, the gloves, the tape, the skates, the helmets, the net purchased for at-home shooting practice, the excitement and joy we saw each time you took the ice, your first goal, your first hat trick, the first celly, the first shootout, the first glove save that you made, your first shutout. When the net was taller than you by a foot until you towered over it. Roller, house, travel, mini-mites, mites, squirts, pee-wee, bantam, middle school, high school, AA, AAA, U16, U18. No matter where you started, we knew this was where you belonged. Before all the games, we have all said a silent refrain. Play smart, play strong, skate with your head up. We have all held our collective breaths when you were checked into the boards, silently and not so silently sometimes, waiting for you to stand and to skate back to the face-off or to the bench. We have watched in awe how you make all of your glove saves, how you make all of your moves look so effortless, your speed, your stick handling, your back checking, your glove saves, your command of the crease, the unbelievable saves that were almost impossible to make, your sheer grit to grind it out and win the play and clear the puck or make the breakaway, take the puck down the ice to the net. We felt the excitement of your goals, the amazement of your one-handed on your back goal saves, the annoyance with the crappy and missed calls, the pleasure of hoisting the tournament trophy, and the disappointment of the games that got away. And we knew this was where you belonged. You have loved the feel of the puck on your stick when your blades touch the ice. You make it seem so effortless. You have given so much intensity to this game, and in return it has given you purpose, coaches, friendships, resilience, work ethic, and the feeling of something much more than just a sport. So my parting wish and my challenge to you is this. While this may be the last game as a Washington Little Cat for most of you, do not let it be where you leave hockey. Carry the time that you have shared with you always. Carry forward what you have learned, what you have experienced, and have been, and share it. Speak it and keep using it. Stay close to those who you shared more time on the ice with than probably you did at home. Keep in touch. Keep those friendships. Stay in touch. Whether you continue to go on and play AAA, college, club, juniors, adult league, or play at a higher level, or if you decide to ref, don't miss the calls. Or if you teach lessons, or you go on to coach, or someday you are the one holding that tiny little hand as they make their first loop on the rink, pass on. Pass on what the game has given you. Pass on the best parts that make you take you with you. Pass on the love of the game. Pass on the connection. But whatever your future looks like and however you move to the next stage of your hockey career, we knew all along that you will never really leave this game, because you have known all along this game belonged to you.
All right, so we are back here at the Patrick Ice, or the Patrick Rink at the Laurel Ice facility for the third period here, which would be the last 20 minutes in the season for this Washington Little Caps team. So kind of a bittersweet feeling up here in the stands with a lot of parents. Well, hopefully we can win the third period here and get some feel-good vibes into the rink. 20 minutes left here in the third period. Caps trail 4-0. Team still picking their 5 to start the third period here. Looks like Team Maryland's got their players. Caps got their players. It's going to be Nichols, Martin, and Ropeman on the ice at forward for the Little Caps. Caps are going to move from left to right this period on your screen. Onabudo and Monroe on defense. Rounds is still in net for the Caps. That puck comes back and hits a big puddle and stops cold. Team Maryland has to take it back kind of behind their own net there to work its way out. Martin picks that up center ice and sends it back deep into the Caps zone. Caps offensive zone, I should say. That puck is now pinned on the wall. Ropeman over there doing battle for the Caps along with Nichols. Martin kind of standing there behind the net. He gets it. His centering pass hits a patch of ice and bounces back out in front of the net. Saved by Pistner. Ropeman tries to give a couple of pokes. Don't know if the puck was loose. Can't see it from here. But anyway, no fights and no penalties coming out of it, which is a refreshing scene. Annexted, Corey, Knott, and Robinson coming out for the Caps. Robinson set to take the face-off here with 19:28 left in the third period. Face-off coming in the Team Maryland end. Robinson sends that face-off to the wall. Cracky is on it now behind the net. He's going to swing it around to Knott. Knott's going to swing that back to Robinson behind the net there. Team Maryland pokes it out to the other side. It's going to come around. Team Maryland tries to play it out. That hits another spot of ice again and stops cold. Now Team Maryland tries to enter the zone and the puck stops their player cold. Caps bench still riled up in the third period. Annexted gets to this. He swings it around. That puck stops 2 or 3 more times as it makes its way to the other side of the wall. Puck played out through center ice to Robinson. Caps coming in the zone. Puck comes all the way out of the zone to Mazza. Mazza lays that off. Annexted on it. Annexted able to poke that off with a big 6-6 forward for Team Maryland stick. No shot coming, but the puck is still sticking every time it moves. Team Maryland sends that up into the net, so we should get a face-off here out of the zone with 18:25 left in the third period. Bravery, Klotz, and Kumalainen on the ice for the Caps. Mazza and Pastelli at defense. Klotz wins that face-off back to Pastelli, who swings it around to Mazza. Mazza now brings it up the wall. He's going to make one move past the player and take it in the zone. He's got Bravery trailing him. Mazza stops there on the wall and tries to swing it down low to Bravery. Bravery and Kumalainen given a battle there. Klotz is trying to dig that off the wall as well. So we've got 3 Team Maryland and 3 Little Caps there on the wall. Still trying to pull this off. Puck finally breaks 3 to Mazza. Mazza's shot goes off of Team Maryland forward's leg and in. Klotz, good hustle by, oh, ouch. Very awkward fall on some bad ice right now by a Team Maryland player, but he looks to be all right and up. It looks like his skate actually stuck in the ice there, and he got bent completely backwards and sideways. So nobody likes to see a knee injury, especially in a district game. So glad that Team Maryland players are right there. Caps switch up the full 5 here. Nurse, Martin, and Taylor on the ice at forward. Onabudo and Monroe at defense. Caps win that face-off. Monroe with a big hit behind the net. Sends a Team Maryland player to his back. No penalty on that. Puck comes out to Martin at center ice. Martin can't get a handle on it. Taylor is now going to win the race to the puck. He plays it off the wall. Again, puck just sputtering around. Ice is still waiting for that to catch up, and we're at 17:15 left in the third period. Caps play this one behind the TM goal. Martin moving to try to get it. TM with a long stretch pass that doesn't hit a body coming through center, and we're going to have a stoppage of play here with an offside. Caps utilize this opportunity to send out Roteman, Nichols, and Ancelotti is back in the game, so that's good to see. He had been out in the second period with ice on his shoulder, and we're happy to have him back in. Annexed and Corey back at defense. Caps win that face-off. Team Maryland now working to get it out of the zone. Team Maryland brings that into the zone with Cleve. They play it back. Shot comes in right off the mask of Rounds. His mask comes off, so we get an immediate whistle there. Referee's doing a good job here, giving Rounds a couple of seconds here to get his mask fixed up. Nichols getting set to take the face off here in the D zone. TM wins that puck back. Long shot by TM. Blocked by Rounds and sent to the wall. Roteman now has that on the wall. He's got Nichols and Corey with him. Roteman comes away with it. He's going to circle around his own net, trying to shield off a number of TM players. He sends it hard and off the wall and all the way down for an icing. Caps win that face-off. Back to Annexhead. Annexhead's going to swing it around the other side of the boards there. Roteman is doing battle for it. Corey tries to dig it off. It's going to come around to Annexhead. Annexhead backhands it around to Ancelotti. Ancelotti sends it back to Annexhead. He buys himself some time, and he hits Roteman a long stretch pass. Great pass there. But Roteman still has it. He's going to toe drag across the front of the net and draw a penalty on Team Maryland with 16:03 left in the third period. Penalty coming to Team Maryland's Dylan Corsi at 16:03 for hooking. Robinson, Cracky, Martin, Bravery, and Onabudo on the ice. Caps power play will start at 16:03 left in the third. Caps win that face-off. They have it on the wall. Martin's going to work it back. He's going to now spin back in, play it behind the net to Cracky. Cracky back to Martin. Martin threads it all the way through all the crease there to Robinson. Robinson spins that around back. That puck comes back to Bravery, who's able to keep it in the zone. Team Maryland comes away with it on the wall. Plays it into the cap zone. Team Maryland does get a chance there as number 11 O'Connor tries to find one of his teammates there. Bravery loses an edge down in the corner, and Team Maryland's going to play that out. Nice save there by Rounds on the giveaway. Caps power play, 1:04 left on the Caps power play, 15:06 left in the third period. Caps trail 3-0 or 4-0. Caps win that face-off. It's going to come away to Mazza. He's going to make a cut and try to go cross ice to Klotz. That pass is intercepted by Team Maryland. Klotz is able to win it back. He's now got it in the Team Maryland zone. Team Maryland comes away with it. Puck poked back to Ancelotti, who misses trying to do a one-touch there pass over to the open space. Mazza brings it in. He's going to send it all the way around the boards. Klotz and Ancelotti there to keep it in momentarily, but Team Maryland able to get a hold of it and send it all the way down, and we'll get an icing with 14:32 left in the third period and 30 seconds left on the Washington Little Caps power play. Mazza, Ancelotti, Nichols, Roteman, and Klotz remain on the ice for the Washington Little Caps. Caps win the face-off, but Team Maryland is first to the loose puck on the backwards draw there by Nichols. Team Maryland with another shot there that's gloved away. Mazza now with it behind his own net. He's going to try to drag it out. No penalty as Mazza gets pulled down. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against Mazza at 14:09. Mazza again got tripped coming around the net there, no call, and then must have said something after the whistle there to draw this penalty. No time will go up on the clock as far as that's 10 minutes. So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey here for 7 seconds, and then the Caps will be on the penalty kill. If you guys can see, we're having a more explanation given to the Washington Little Caps bench on specifically why a penalty wasn't called when Mazza was dragged down and why there is a call now. So looks like the Caps are going to stay on the power play. We've got 5, so it must have been a dead whistle penalty, misconduct, or unsportsmanlike call for the Little Caps. Mazza, I think, will be in the box for 10 minutes. Team Maryland ices this as their penalty expires. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Face-off coming deep in the Team Maryland end here. Robinson, Knott, Kumalainen, Annexted, and Corey on the ice for the Washington Little Caps. Robinson wins that face-off. He swings it around the side to his forward. Team Maryland plays that high off the glass, off of Annexted's arm, and down into Corey. Corey tries to play it up. Nobody can get a touch on that, so we're going to get a face-off all the way down at the Washington Little Caps end. Monroe, Onabudo, Knott, Kumalainen, and Robinson on the ice now for the Caps with 13:49 left in the third period. Team Maryland wins that draw back. They try to play it in off the wall. Monroe's going to send that up in the air towards the Team Maryland bench. Team Maryland again, just before they walk past their own net. Onobudo now brings that up the ice. He's getting accosted the whole trip. He's able to win the race all the way down, sends it to Kymäläinen. Kymäläinen now hands it off to Robinson on the wall, where he's met by two Team Maryland players, and they're able to come away with the puck. Another pass up ice from Team Maryland is picked off by Monroe. Monroe hands it off to Onobudo, and Onobudo softly dumps it into the zone with Kymäläinen and Nurse giving chase. Onobudo is there, and Robinson is there as that puck squeaks outside the zone, and the Caps are going to have to circle around and work with it. Robinson has it there. His pass is picked off by O'Connor, and his shot goes wide. So a little, again, another... Caps send that up out of the zone. Team Maryland on it quickly. They play it back into the Caps end. Phoenix able to break that puck free momentarily to Taylor. Taylor now doing battle down there. We got three Caps down there. Team Maryland plays that out. Nurse, they can't keep it in the zone. Caps come away with it now with speed. They've got multiple players. Yannick gets a shot, but can't get enough on the bouncing puck. Saved by Pistner. Team Maryland plays that in back behind the Caps net. Annixted and Pastelli are going to pick it up there, but we've got line changes being made. Annixted sends that up to Nurse. Nurse plays it up the wall to Martin. Pastelli and Corey on the ice now with Angelotti. We have full line changes coming here. So it'll be Pastelli and Monroe at defense. Nope. It'll be Corey and Monroe at defense. Ropeman, Nichols, and Angelotti are your forwards. Caps win that face-off. Monroe fires that on net. Ropeman doing battle there, ends up on his back, but no penalty call coming against Team Maryland. Angelotti's able to save that from going out of the zone. Team Maryland not able to clear the puck there as Corey swings it around down deep. Corey dumps a Team Maryland player here at center ice. Puck is pinned, and we got a quick whistle to keep everybody calm and nobody going to the hospital.
A lot of banking.
Caps bringing out some fresh players. It'll be Monroe, Robinson, Cracky, Knott, and Corey. Take this face off with 11:03 left in the game. Caps still trailing 4-0. Let's get on the board here, Caps. Team Maryland plays that out off of another Team Maryland player's helmet, so no ice. Monroe able to win the puck, bring it out, hand it off to Knott. Knott sends it into Corey. Long shot by Corey goes wide. That was actually a shot from outside the zone, so Caps able to pick this up again. It finds Corey's stick. Corey working in at the circles. He tries a backhand pass. Backhand shot by Robinson gets saved, and the rebound is ends up in the goalkeeper's gloves. Annixted and Onobudo on defense. Klotz, Bravery, and Kymäläinen out at forward. 10:30 left in the game. Face-off is won by the Caps, sent in back behind the Team Maryland goal. Team Maryland has one player. They're able to break the puck out. Onobudo's on it. Onobudo sends it softly up to outside the zone here. Team Maryland right back on it and dumps it right back in. Annixted is going to win this behind. He hits a backhand pass to Onobudo. He softly puts it up the wall to Bravery. Bravery's cross-ice pass to Kymäläinen is picked off, but Kymäläinen's able to get on it. He sends it back to Annixted. Annixted now skates through center ice. He pokes it up to Kymäläinen. Kymäläinen tries to poke it up, but missed the puck. Annexted back on it. He sends a pass right up the middle through 3 players. No icing on the call. Caps working with it down in the TM zone on the wall there. Team Maryland able to get to it. And they have nothing. Try to hit a player there. No icing on that. Costelli wins it, but has it poked off the stick by the Team Maryland player, and we're going to have another penalty here. And it looks like the penalty is going to come against the Washington Little Caps, number 16, Costelli. I thought it was against Team Maryland's number 16, and it is. Our number 16 is headed to the bench. That's a great sign. Their 16 is headed to the box, so the Caps will go on the power play here with 9:23 left in the third period, trailing 4-0. Either a slash or a hold. My guess is it was something with the stick. Costelli had gotten the puck. He was trying to carry it out from behind his own net. That looked like a stick lift from our vantage point here at center ice. So Nichols, Roteman, and Klotz on the ice with Ancelotti and Monroe. Caps power play starts at 9:23. Monroe not able to hold the puck, and he ends up dragging down a Team Maryland player who is on a breakaway. They're going to let them play. The centering pass is picked off by Ancelotti. Monroe's going to go to the box for interference at 9:12 left in the third period. So the Caps' 11-second power play comes to an end. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Martin, Taylor, Corey, and Onabudo on the ice for the Caps. Faceoff comes deep in the Caps' end. Caps able to win that faceoff. Taylor has it on the wall. He tries to make a move. Has the puck taken off of his stick. Team Maryland now on it. Corey giving chase there. Long pass comes in wide of the net and behind the net. Team Maryland the first one to get to it. Nice play by Matt Onabudo there to take the TM player off the puck momentarily. Corey has it poked off of his stick. And again ends up on his stick here as Onabudo drives the TM player off the stick. Corey has that poked off his stick right as he tries to enter the zone. Annexted and Costelli come out with Nurse and Kumalainen as we play 4-on-4 hockey here with 8:41 left in the third period. Minute 30 left on the penalty to the Washington Little Caps. Minute 18 left on the penalty to Team Maryland. So they'll have about a 12-second power play at the end of all of this. Caps win the face-off. Costelli has it. He sends it back to Annexted. Annexted's going to have that puck at center ice and send it in behind the net there. Kumalainen gives chase. But we don't have a second player up there. Team Maryland tries to swing it around. That puck gets stuck on the wall but gets poked off here. Team Maryland now races up the ice. That's Nurse that gives chase. Nurse is able to poke it off his stick. Annexted moves to get it behind the net as the Team Maryland player gets there first and pokes it. They're playing a two-man game now. Puck comes out of the zone there, and Team Maryland's going to try to regroup. 50 seconds left on the Team Maryland again having possession of this. Kumalainen's able to get him off the puck, swing it around to Costelli. Costelli's going to come out. Costelli tries to play it up to Nurse. Nurse is on his own. He's going to drive it in the Team Maryland end. It gets poked off his stick, ends up right to Kumalainen, who makes two great moves and scores! 4-on-4 hockey, and the Caps are on the board with 7:37 left in the third period. Just a tremendous effort by Luka Kumalainen, who took that puck on his forehand, quickly made a cut on his backhand, and then played it in with the forehand 5-hole on the Team Maryland goalie. And your score now is 4-1 with 7:37 left in the third period. Not Bravery, Onabudo, and Corey on the ice for the Caps. We're still at 4-4 hockey. 9 seconds. So Team Maryland swings it back around, and they're going to try to just play a possession game at this point, wait for their fifth player to come out of the box here. Caps are already working in a penalty kill mode, but the power play will be short. There's only 4 seconds left in the power play. Team Maryland tries to hit a stretch pass up the middle. That's picked off by the Caps. Ends up on Onobuto's stick, who plays it back down to the Team Maryland bench. Onobuto with a big hit there on the wall. Team Maryland again playing keep away. They're going to play it up the wall. Another big hit by Onobuto, and we're going to have a penalty call on that one. So the Caps are going to go on the kill. Matt Onobuto is going to go to the box with 6:52 left in the game. Caps trailing 4-1. Annexted, Cracky, Robinson, and Postelli on the ice. So Caps are running thin on defense right now with Mazza still serving the end of his 10-minute penalty, and now Onobuto in there. So we're down to 4 defensemen here for the Caps, but they'll make do with 6:52 left in the third period. Robinson takes the faceoff. Team Maryland wins that back. They're going to swing it wide. Annexted now comes out to put pressure. He gets a stick on the shot, and it ends up right to Roundsey. .154 left in the Team Maryland penalty. Power play, excuse me. Caps win that. Postelli makes a nice move there. Tries to slip it up the wall. Ends up Team Maryland sends it back in deep. Annexsted's on it now. He swings it back around to Postelli. Postelli trying to... Great block by Annexsted there. Gets a stick on the shot. Cracky's able to poke that out. Go, Caps! Cracky makes a couple of nice moves. Tries to hit a centering pass. That gets poked up in the air and back into the Team Maryland end. Caps able to hold that again and send it back out of the zone. Robinson gives chase to it. Oh, his pass for Annexsted just gets picked off on the blue line by his stick, or he would have been free on a breakaway. Caps able to get a change in here with 56 seconds left in the Team Maryland power play. Monroe and Corey come out on the ice with Nichols and Anzalotti. Team Maryland tries to make the zone. There they are, but Nichols is able to turn that around and send it back out and make them regroup center ice. Big hit by Monroe on the ice on Lincoln for Team Maryland. Corey now takes it. He tries to skate it out. Puck ends up back with Monroe. 27 seconds left on the power play. Monroe sends it up ice to Anzalotti, who's going to send it into the Team Maryland zone, right to one of the defensemen. Nichols now has it at the blue line. Monroe's going to pick that up. He's going to skate in, have it poked off of his stick. Caps bringing on a couple of fresh bodies here. Klotz and Ropeman come out on the ice. Again, nice stick by Klotz, sends a Maryland shot up over the net. So Caps doing a good job of preventing any shots from getting on net here. The penalty has expired, and Onobuto is back on the ice. Another big hit by Monroe behind the ice there, and a pass to come out of the zone ends up going up into the net. Annexsted and Postelli coming back onto the ice with 4:44 left in the third period. We are 5-on-5 again. Ropeman, Klotz, Annexsted, Postelli, Kumalainen. Team Maryland wins that face-off. They look to try to bring it back and now think differently and sling it in behind the goal there. Postelli on a stick battle there. He's heavier with the stick. He takes a hit along the wall. Keemalainen able to poke that out. That puck comes back towards the middle to Annexsted's stick. He comes away with it. He hits Klotz on the long stretch pass that gets picked off of his stick. Puck comes back into the cap zone. That's Pastelli on it. Pastelli's going to turn to the outside. He's got some open space now. He's going to bring it up through the neutral zone, lay it off for Klotz, who pokes it past the Maryland defenseman and down deep into the zone. Pastelli now gives chase there. Pastelli has it on his stick. Team Maryland able to play that high and up off the glass. Ropeman now gives chase to it. Annexsted and Ropeman are back there. That puck comes around to Keemalainen. Keemalainen's going to bring that up the ice. That's Onabudo, who's moving at 100 miles an hour as he goes in there to win the puck on back behind the goal. He's got Martin and Nurse with him now. Monroe and Taylor also on the ice for the Caps. Nurse has the puck. He tries to make a move, slips it back to Taylor. Taylor's long shot gets deflected into the corner by the Team Maryland goalie. Nurse able to keep that in the Team Maryland end for the time being. Martin now gives chase behind the net. Team Maryland's going to try to skate this up, laid softly off the wall, and just send into the Caps end. So again, Team Maryland just needs to keep the puck in the Caps end. They don't seem to want to mount any kind of attack with it. Monroe takes it all the way, coast to coast, through the Team Maryland. He sends it back to Nurse. Long shot by Nurse hits Martin in the skate. He goes wide of the net. Corey out on the ice now. Annexsted making his way out on the ice. That puck's going to come all the way back to Annexsted. Annexsted pokes it back up ice to Nurse. That's going to come back down to Corey, who sends it into the zone. No offside on that. Team Maryland sends it back down to Annexsted, who's going to collect it in his own end. Annexsted sends it up to Corey. Corey's going to skate this through the neutral zone. He tries to hit Onabudo, or Bravery, excuse me. Bravery's got this now, back in the Team Maryland end. Pastelli coming out for Corey. Team Maryland comes away with it on the wall. Another big hit there. Puck gets past Annexsted and back to Pastelli. That defense, Pastelli sends it back to Knott. Annexsted swings around. Knott tries to take it up the ice, but he loses the handle on the puck. Cap's able to finally get this into the zone, but it bounces off a skate and back to Bravery, who's now going to swing around. He's on his backhand. Now he turns on his forehand. Pastelli helps keep the puck down there. That's Knott battling in the corner, and he's out there with Cracky. We've got a penalty coming here to the Little Caps. So as soon as we get one defenseman out, with Moss's penalty expiring with 1:39 left in the game, the Caps will finish this game on the penalty kill. Team Maryland wins that face-off with 1:35 left in the game. Robinson able to poke that down. He's going to send it up ice to Nichols. Nichols is now racing down the ice. He tries to send a backhand shot while being dragged in there. Yeah, and now there's a penalty coming to Team Maryland with 1:17 left in the game. So we'll go back to 4-on-4 hockey here as number 24, Hennessy, goes to the box for Team Maryland. Nichols, Mazza, Onabudo, and Ropeman are on the ice for the Caps. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the last minute and 17 with the Caps trailing 4-1. Caps able to keep this in the zone. Mazza battling for it there. Nichols pokes it to Ropeman. Ropeman now skates through center. He lays it back for Onabudo. Onabudo plays it back down low to Ropeman. Ropeman gets pinned up against the wall there. There should be a penalty called after the play there. Caps coming away with it as I was watching what was going on off ice. Another big hit by Roteman there along the wall. It's going to swing back to Kumalainen. We got 36 ticks left on the clock here as Kumalainen tries to big it through center. He gets a poke off of his stick and goes into the Roman's going to go to the box. Annexted, Corey, Robinson. Looks like Robinson's going to come off. Nurse, Taylor, Annexted, and Corey. Taylor wins that face-off. Team Maryland ends up with it there. Long shot is blocked out in front. That comes in. Team Maryland puts one off the puck. Annexsted's able to keep that from going in as he battles it off. 18 seconds left in the game here. That puck comes across the middle. Another face-off coming here in the Caps end with 13.1 seconds left. Hey, dude, just go home. Here, just put the camera on him. Hey, check out the camera up here filming. Right here, on you, go. Just get out of here. Just get out of here. Just leave. I'll be happy to send this to the police. Just grab them and take them out. I'm just filming it so we get this on camera. Acting like a bunch of buffoons. Acting like a moron. Way to make yourself the show.